500 million XRP was recently moved to an unknown wallet. In this video, I'm going to tell you about a huge transaction, over $161 million worth of XRP, that moved from an exchange to an unknown wallet. And if you've been paying attention to some of my previous videos, you know that massive quantities of XRP have recently been being moved, and it continues. We're also going to talk about the recent rumors of Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, and the conspiracy theories of crypto leaks that have recently put the Ripple CEO on blast. I'm going to tell you what the accusation was and what Brad Garlinghouse's response was. Also, global adoption of crypto is continuing to push ahead. I have some news regarding what Mastercard and Visa have just started doing. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind, and right now on this channel we are covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community. And also, before I get into this video, I wanted to make sure you check out the free wealth tracking and management tools from the link in the description below, brought to you by Personal Capital. These amazing financial tools will tell you when you can expect to retire, how much you'll need, as well as tracking all of your assets and liabilities right now. So go ahead and check that out. They are all free to use. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Yep, so let's start off by talking about the 500 million XRP that was recently moved from an exchange, that exchange being Kraken. Now, right now it's worth about $161 million worth of XRP in a single transaction. And by the way, that transaction cost less than 1 penny to move. And of course, it happened in a matter of seconds, which the XRP ledger does at a fantastic pace. So who actually did this? Well, we don't know. It's an unknown wallet. However, it was noted that this same wallet back in November of 2021 also received over 300 million XRP in a single shot. And so why is this being brought up? Well, this most recent transactions of 500 million XRP happened just days after the on-chain crypto analytics firm Sentiment had talked about the huge transaction volume regarding XRP, how many $100,000 plus transactions, and the sentiment that they track also continues to make new highs, the highest since April of this year. So of course this is going to make big news, and the fact that it moved from an exchange to an unknown wallet is actually good news. It's actually bullish news in terms of how you track cryptocurrencies, because typically crypto that's moved off an exchange to a private wallet is then not going to be sold anytime soon. At least that is how a lot of people track Bitcoin. So nonetheless, this amount of XRP didn't come from Ripple because it came from the Kraken exchange, which means it was likely purchased at one point, or it was possibly delivered via OTC to this Kraken wallet. However, I do find that a little bit unlikely. And so nonetheless, huge transactions of XRP continue to pile up as people probably placing their bets and getting ready for the end of this case of Ripple versus the SEC, and them anticipating XRP getting its regulatory clarity, finally. And speaking of Ripple, the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, was recently in the news because a whistleblower, or a potentially fake whistleblower that has a lot of red flags attached to it, recently called out a few of the CEOs of some major blockchain companies and said they're kind of doing some shady stuff under the table. So a whistleblower came out and said that Brad Garlinghouse and one of the executives at Ava Labs, which is of course the blockchain company behind AVAX, have been playing it dirty and basically have been paying this crypto law firm to go after its cryptocurrency competitors and basically just file lawsuits against them and have it not look like it's coming from either Ripple or AVAX or Ava Labs. Now, there's not a lot of evidence to back this up other than this whistleblower calling them out, but nonetheless, Brad Garlinghouse just said, this is a bunch of conspiracy theories. I've never talked to the guy, I've never heard of the guy, and I've certainly never invested with this guy to have something done that's actually being done to Ripple. Which of course is very interesting, because if you've been following this channel and the Ripple versus the SEC case, one of the big conspiracy theories with a lot of evidence to back it up is the fact that, well, there's a lot of players in the back end having a lot of interest in dropping the lawsuit against Ripple, having come from the SEC, but may or may not have actually come from those with interest in another blockchain that starts with the letter E. So whoever this whistleblower is, following the story on Twitter seems to be quite interesting, because there's a lot of red flags that come up with this whistleblower. Number one, a lot of the tweets that he was actually putting out initially were promoted tweets. In other words, he paid Twitter to advertise these tweets so he could essentially spread the word. And not only that, of course, it looks like a big conspiracy theory because there has been no other evidence to back it up other than some videos and some documents that some say looks like it was very much made up. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this story. It could be a developing story, but from the analysis that I've seen so far, it just looks like a little bit of nothing, a little bit of clout chasing, basically a little bit of somebody trying to make a name for themselves. So we're gonna have to see where the story goes. All right, guys, and finally, I wanted to mention this Mastercard story that just came out on Thursday. Forbes actually broke the story, or at least first announced it. Now, Mastercard had previously partnered with Binance, which of course is one of the biggest crypto exchanges out there. What they are doing is partnering and allowing people to use a Mastercard linked to a Binance account and spend their cryptocurrencies at any place which Mastercard is accepted online. Now, right now, they've announced that they're supporting approximately 14 digital assets, which include USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and several others as well. And not only that, they've announced that the first rollout they're going to be doing is in the country of Argentina, which is interesting. It's in South America, of course, which is where one of their biggest competitors, Visa, had previously partnered with US exchange Gemini to provide pretty much the same exact service, and they just rolled out that service in the country of Brazil, also in South America. So this is a very interesting start, as Mastercard and Visa have both jumped in feet first into this new cryptocurrency world and are helping drive cryptocurrency adoption in terms of spending, in terms of getting businesses to accept cryptocurrencies, at least potentially. As of right now, when you buy something and spend your crypto, it will automatically sell it for the local fiat of whatever those businesses want to accept, or they can, of course, accept those cryptocurrencies. So nonetheless, it looks very interesting that some of the biggest financial companies in the world, of course this being credit issuers, Mastercard and Visa, jumping full force into the cryptocurrency world and having it drive adoption. In my opinion, you are going to see a lot more of that over the next 2 to 3 years, as people await the next bull run and whenever that might start. Now, cryptocurrency global adoption has found its way into many different fintech segments, many different credit issuing segments, many different banking and investment segments. And the next time that Bitcoin starts trending in terms of Google searches because its price is moving up, well, now you're going to find stories about all this adoption that took place right now when the vast majority of the public isn't really paying attention to this. So this is one thing that I would like you, my viewers, to actually pay attention to. And that is, right now is probably one of the best times to actually do your due diligence, your research, and look for projects that they might not be worth much now in terms of the value of the crypto or crypto asset, but take a look at the utility. Now, if you have been following my channel, it's probably because you were an XRP holder at one point, and of course, knowing the utility of a cryptocurrency, you know, is extremely important. So as we look at the backdrop right now of the macroeconomic issues, in fact, many of the financial analysis still calling for a huge economic collapse, as much as 25 to 50% is what I've been seeing. That's going to be huge, and that could be catastrophic. And what that's going to happen is drive bargain basement prices for your favorite digital assets. So the more cash that you can have available, the more liquid assets, the more transferable assets that you can have to find your favorite crypto projects to essentially dollar cost average into while it's still incredibly low, well, you might have anywhere from 6 months to the next year and a half to do so. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of months is start to introduce projects that I've done due diligence on that I think might be projects to keep an eye on. That might include some of the ones I previously covered, but it's most likely going to also cover ones that I haven't covered on this channel. So make sure you stick around, especially over the next couple of months, as I introduce things that look like they could serve a major purpose in the blockchain community globally, in the fintech community, in the investment community, as well as several others that we might not even be thinking about right now, including metaverse and including gaming and all that. So make sure you stick around for all that. So make sure you subscribe to the Late Night Grind, hit the bell notification icon, of course, so you'll see those videos when they do come out, because I believe right now, as Robert Kiyosaki says, right now, as the crash is happening, now is your time to stock up on all of the cheap stuff that eventually will become worth much more. Now, this is not financial advice, but you know how the story goes. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing the thumbs up button, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.